The idea was that to show we're here in Estonia and we see a lot of innovations which is done in Estonia. But usually we hear a lot of remarks that, okay, Estonia is small, Estonia has trust, Estonia had political will and a lot of other things. And that's why it's impossible to do in our country. Yes, so what we would like to show today is a proof of concept and scalability that it's really possible. So it's far from Estonia. It's different cultural background, is it even different maybe religion, and the population size is almost 7 times more. So we would like to show that it's really possible and how it's possible. And I would like also to congratulate our both still small countries with a very important event. Yesterday it was the anniversary of Azerbaijan Republic, 100 years old, Democratic Republic, and Estonia has a birthday in February. So I'd like to congratulate both countries, and maybe it's also a very important sign which connecting us with an innovations as well. And so we heard here a lot these words like X-Roke, like eID, like mobile ID, e-residency, and you can hear all these words in Azerbaijan as well. So because we did it, and we did it even much more, because different countries have different needs and different needs of population, and maybe more rural areas, mountains, and etc., which is not existing in Estonia here. So we show you all this which is done, the same technologies like in Estonia, and additionally what we've done something which is really very valuable, maybe very interesting for other people from other countries which are far from Estonia as well. So and my colleague will talk about another innovation as well. So we see that a lot of countries doing the same things, you know. So today would like to talk about mobile identity, and we hear in the Eastern Partnership panel as well. So we see that all Eastern Partnership members also almost implemented or beginning implementation of mobile identity schemas, because we heard a lot of critics at how to involve more people in e-identity, how to make it accessibility, how to create this possibility for people from different areas. And this question is raised not only by our governments, but by United Nations as well, because identity is a fundamental right for the people to give them access to not only e-government services, but for financial services as well. And that's why we need to think that the solution should be very simple and easy, accessible, but secure as well. So this is what we decided to do in Azerbaijan. So we decided that to concentrate on mobile identity because it's accessible to all people, because mobile penetration in our country is more than 110%. Every single person has a phone, like I think in Africa, all people has a phone at least, and SIM cards. So we decided that we put identity to the SIM card and give the accessibility to people who are from rural areas, maybe who don't have access to the internet, or maybe they have lower computer literacy. So this gives the possibility to start to use, and this is should be very strong identity. So you know that in Estonia people can even vote using mobile identity. So it's strong enough. So that's look like our SIM cards, and it's an ordinary SIM card that people see in their daily life, but additionally they have 2 more PIN codes, one for authentication and another for signing. Why we have 2 PIN codes? Because it's very important that people understand what is the difference when they're accessing to the environment or they sign something legally. Because people, unfortunately, don't understand what they're doing, you know. Maybe he just entered a bank, or maybe he signed already something. So in our case, people know exactly there's a PIN to something I need to think twice, yes, because it's a legally binding signature. So this is an example of Sweden, you know. One day they decided to move the traffic direction, yes. So this is what happened with them, you know. I think that this is a picture, the same what happened with our countries, yes, because one day we went to the digital world, yes, and we forgot all our previous physical life before. So we started to use identity without any traffic regulation, you know. So this is what's happening now. So we talk about a lot of solutions, about technologies, iris, fingerprints, whatever else, yes. But we need really traffic regulation. So we need common understanding what this identity is and how to give this identity to people as well. And we follow all possible standards, yes, because we are part of global infrastructure. So we follow e-Gov because it's a really very important regulation in European Union, and we follow in American NIST standard, which is defined, which is a high level of assurance. So we decided that it's very important to be part of global regulation networks to build the future cross-border e-services. Yes, so we take this into the consideration. And as a result, we see this one, yes. So we have today issued more than 700,000 of mobile identity certificates. So we done more than 60 million transactions. So we decided that the easiest way to fight with bureaucracy or corruption is to create these services in the Republic. And today we have all taxation services online. So we have all e-custom declarations online. So businesses fully cover it, and they're using this mobile identity everywhere because their phone is always with them. And we decided that interoperability is a big problem, yes, for a lot of countries, and it's not easy solved. So we decided that we create KYC and KYB, putting business certificates separately, yes? So the certificate is connected with our state business registry. And if you are not presenting this business anymore, your certificate will be automatically cancelled. So banks shouldn't anymore to check your KYC, yes? Because government told that, sorry, this guy is not anymore represents this business. So now he can't access nowhere. So that's why we decided some obstacles with interoperability, because maybe because of some national law, no, everybody can have access to business registry, or it can be a lot of different things in your national countries. So, and of course, it should be very easy, because people, they can't do all this stuff, you know. So it's really very good maybe for Estonia, because they started 10 years ago. I think that if we start today, they will select another way, yes. But let's imagine people from rural area, where to put the ID card, yes, how to install the software, so what to do with those, how to update. Okay, Chrome doesn't work anymore because it doesn't support this toolkit. What is the toolkit? So you think that, and we see that the mobile users number are already increasing, you know, in all over the world. So people want to use mobile technologies. So let's bring them e-government to government, yes? Let's to bring this government to the mobile phones. And of course, financial sector is crucial, because we need to provide access to financial services for people, and that's why all banks are integrated with the mobile ID in Azerbaijan. And by the way, banks started to issue the mobile ID in their offices, making KYC procedures, so checking the passport and giving the SIM card. And this is really unique service which is implemented only in Azerbaijan. We started to think that we have small farmers in rural areas, yes? And these farmers maybe don't have access to internet, or maybe they have very low financial literacy. So what they do now, they just call to our national tax call center. Call center asks, please put your mobile ID 1 PIN code, and he sees with whom he's talking. So he's a small farmer which growing tomatoes. And he asking, okay, how many tomatoes have you sold? What was the price? And generating him the conclusion by SMS. Please, you should pay so many taxes, sign it if you agree. Everything is recorded. Very easy, you know? So we put old-fashioned verbal together with new innovative identity together, because we need to think to the real situation, how we help really people in the certain today day, not tomorrow, you know. And it's integrated to our e-government portal as well, which is more than 600 different e-services in the country. We totally follow KYC, because every single SIM card issued by passport, and every SIM card have unique identity code of the person, so we know that this SIM card belongs exactly to this person. And we also follow Great Estonian Initiative e-residency, with the difference that we implemented m-residency. So we start to issue our foreign businesses SIM cards, so they can start to use an open company online being abroad, using Azerbaijan signatures. It's very important to build cross-border businesses. And we also implemented digital trade hub. So first step, just a few weeks ago, President signed a decree for creating a free economic trade zone, which is very important, because it will be a special zone for our foreign investors. And we also created digital trade hub platform for Azerbaijan. It's a platform for e-commerce, so all our small, medium, or whatever enterprises that can put their products to the web portal, which is guaranteed by government, because every entity who registered is guaranteed that they are legally existing. Every product which is presented to this portal guarantees that the certificates are legally existing, so the quality is also according to the certification. So we became government approved in partnership with private sector Alibaba of our country. Yes, so only with difference that every single transaction is guaranteed, so it's legally approved by government as well. And we help our small and medium enterprises to make it very easily. So we have the single window for export solution. Only with one click you can approve all needed documents for start to your export activities, so to sell your products abroad. And we are quite good in paperless trade already, comparing with a lot of worldwide countries. And this is the first result, you see. So these portals really work. So this is a signed contracts which helped our businesses to start to sell their products worldwide, just using digital instruments and tools. Now we discussed here previous panel how to build cross-border services between not only our region but European Union as well. And now we're deciding how to build this possibility if custom declaration from Italy come to our e-custom, how to prove it legally and how oppositely to send it back to Europe. So fully to make digital processes in custom, in invoicing, in B2B services, even G2G services. And we're thinking about our university community, so how students from rural areas can send the application, not visiting capital city, not spending money for that, so just signing on applications in the villages or in some rural parts of area. So how to use portal, not updating different software in computer, so just to go to the website, install whatever document, to invite whatever person to sign it and to share it. And this is remarks, lessons, what we learned as well. So what we really would like to provide the really proof of concept. And we're thinking how to bring this identity to different international organizations as well. And that's not end, so it's all digital part of our initiative, but I would like to show you much more cases and to ask my colleague to introduce really UN prize awarded initiative which is called Asan Hidmet, which is easy service, please.
Thank you very much, Jana. Actually, I'm the member of this working group of Alert Free Zone. So a new regulation and new law amended by the Azerbaijani parliament, which will give a lot of chance for international bodies to open their businesses within this free zone. No tax, no limitation for transferring any amount of money. So a lot of benefits for international bodies to come to Azerbaijan. So I was in Estonia 2 years ago in the same conference. I was talking about non-stop shop. So we have a one-stop shop. Now we are talking about a non-stop shop. So Asan is a new generation of public services. So as a government, we chose the way to go from reactive service to proactive service. The reactive service is a service when people come to the government and ask for the service like birth certificate, driving license. Proactive, it means that government tells people that your child has been born, now it's time to go to your e-Gov portal. You and your spouse sign a name for your child, and that's it. There is no need to have paper birth certificate, and all government agencies and ministries, they will accept that document. If you need, in any case, a document, so you can pay online and get your document at your address. 3 months ago, in Azerbaijan, e-government development center have been created. Before it was run by the Minister of ICT in Azerbaijan, but now it is under the Agency for Public Service and Social Innovations, which is managing Asan service in Azerbaijan. And I was appointed as a director of that center. So we have a kind of goal, within 3 years we have to be number 1 in the world in e-Gov. So it's a very ambitious, I know, but someone asking me that, do you have vacation this summer? I said no. Contextual environment, to show you a little bit about Azerbaijan, what happened, as Jana said that we first time in 1918 we got our independence. For 23 months it lasted, and then Soviet Union created, and we lost our independence, became the part of Soviet Union. In 1991, again we got our independence. So we are 27 years old country, as a new, but in overall 100 years old. In 1991, after the collapse of Soviet Union, we had a big trouble. We can call it the survival period. We had a war with Armenia, and 20% of Azerbaijani territory were occupied by Armenian forces. Civil war, and after we signed some contracts, oil contracts with BP and some other partners, started to extract some oil and sell it. So after 2000, so Azerbaijani GDP is growing. Up to 2008, as you know, the big problems in terms of oil prices. And then that process can be explosive growth. Then it comes to consumerism. As you know, people earn more and spend more. Azerbaijan is also spending more money on flats, cars, etc. Then we realized that oil is not everlasting product, so we have to diversify. And after 2012, it's a transformation. It's a reforms in terms of public services. And now new generation is coming. As you know, there are several generation: Y generation, X generation, Z generation. And now, after the Soviet Union, we have now Z generation who's using smartphones, phones, digital devices. And they require more services through online and through digital means. And modernization of public services. In 2000, we call Asan as an operating system. Like we have Apple, it's iOS, and Asan is a kind of operating system, which all programs and all our projects has the same concept. So I will discuss, give you more information about what does it mean. Before, as in other countries in Azerbaijan also, documentation, people traveling to a lot of centers to gather all information in order to get driving license or to get a passport. It was a burden for government and citizens. And in 2012, as a decree of the president, a new agency was created. So this year we celebrated our 5th year actually as a new agency, State Agency for Public Service and Social Innovations. And Asan Service is a brand name under this agency. Our brand is more popular than our agency. So everyone was calling us Asan. You're working in Asan, not in agency. So it's very difficult to explain that, what's agency. So this is one of our latest center. It's a one-stop shop, around 5,000 square meter. And we collected over 10 ministries and 250 overall services in one place. Ministry of Interior Affairs, Justice, Committee on Customs and Property, and all other services. And this is one of the service inside. You can see it's very modern and technology-wise. And the philosophy of Asan, it should be accessible. So at the moment we have 13 centers, 5 in the capital and 6 in the region. Regardless who you are living in village or city, government should be accessible for everyone. This is our concept and our principle, and I will show you how we do it. Second, accountability. It's very important for us, the rule of law. As Asan, we are not a service provider. We create a platform, we bring ministries, we put standards and principles, we give them uniform, and we give them extra bonus if they work nicely, ethically, and if they smile to people, they will get extra bonus. That creates a competition, and that ends the corruption. So people earn more because they show more performance. And we have a performance appraisal system for those civil servants. A second is efficiency. People not are traveling all around the city in order to get different services. While they are drinking their coffee, we have over 15,000 volunteers who can help them to fill out application. Then that person can leave their child in the kid area for 1 hour. Our employees will take care of them, and they can buy a house and then take the document in the commitment property, take the passport, buy the ticket for vacation, and all these services are happen in one place. And that's efficiency for people and efficiency for government. And transparency, we have over 20 different means of communication: Facebook account, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere we show what we do and how we are doing it. And people can write on the proposal on complaint papers. They can call through special complaint kiosk, etc., etc. So we are open for people to show their complaints. And plus, civil servant doesn't take the money. So people, citizens come to the counter, they give the documents, they pay the payment within the bank, within the center to the bank. And so there is no kind of opportunity or possibility for taking the bribe. So that's against all this process. And the next one is innovation. We are applying agile project management, or you can call it Kaizen. 50% or 60% plan and improve by applying. So because technology is changing very fast, we cannot spend 10 years or 15 years for planning and then to changing again. That's why we apply innovation time by time. Okay, these are our buses. We have 10 buses at the moment because we are not accessible in every region of Azerbaijan as a center. That's why we are, from the beginning, we started with buses as well. Same services from the bus: notarial, birth certificate, death certificate, marriage, passport, ID card, and all of them can be taken from this bus. It has some power, batteries, etc. It's a very innovative bus. And we give information about our bus arrivals in the regions every time, and people wait for us with flags, and they're so happy. We bring services to the door. And we have mobile Asan service as well. This is small buses. So far, we rendered over 1 million service. And another one is a small car. We provide VIP service for business people. If they don't have time, we can serve them at the address. We charge them. 70% of our customers are business people, but we give that service for disabled people and handicaps free. So actually, it's a kind of self-financing project. So there is, we don't have a kind of profit oriented in that case. It's more corporate social project oriented. And this is our train. We also provide the same services from the train. We are traveling around the city at the train stations. And this is the inside of the train. It is full equipped and innovative. And as I mentioned, this is our complaint kiosk. The people can directly connect to the call center and talk. And we have one person, which is 70 years old. It's a nice story, I'll tell you. That guy every day traveling 30 kilometers to Asan Center, and there is like such kind of phone. He takes the phone and call our call center. And every time we explain that person, there is no need to come to Asan Center, and there is no need to come and call from that. You can do the same call from home, but we feel people feel a kind of comfortable when they come to our center. They talk to people. There are a lot of volunteers. There is a kind of bridge between generations. So old people, they like to communicate with young people, and they get encouraged and innovate. This is some photos of our centers. So as I said, it is a universal platform. We apply same Asan model to other projects. What is that? We are not service provider. We create a platform, and we bring all service providers together. In that manner, we have other projects. So once we were successful, as it was discussed in the first half of the day, that trust is important. Since people trust in Asan, they want us to do other projects. So we started to do Asan Bus, e-Translator, Asan Utility Service. We brought all utility service together in one place and providing Even we have radio station. Why? Because we found out that people need to know more about public services. It is 24-hour working radio, and we give a lot of information. Every Friday, we invite ministers, and they directly talk to people. And they answer to questions on WhatsApp, Facebook, etc. Even I had a program on that radio about the Technovasion. I was talking about the technologies, innovations, and what people want to have in Asan. Then we have Asan Visa. It is also, Azerbaijan is providing electronic visa and visa upon arrival at the airport. We started with 3 days, now it is 3 hours, and now it is 3 minutes. E-license, Asan Index, Asan Lab, Idea Bank, Asan Volunteers, Asan School. So everything Asan. Now Asan means the concept model. Asan, it means easy in Azerbaijani. Asan is an abbreviation, Azerbaijan Service Assessment Network. But Asan, it became a kind of lifestyle nowadays. We started 2013 as the first Asan center, every time opening. And now, by the end of 2019, we will open another centers. We will be 20 centers in the country. Okay, so far we provided 22 million times people come to our centers. So every day each center receives 3,500 people. And that number improves time by time because the number of centers are increasing. And we have 15 people, data analysts, data miner, and data science people who are analyzing these data in order to provide more and better qualitative services for people. It is just like 1 day of people, how the process goes. We work 7 days in a week, from 10 o'clock up to 8 o'clock during the weekdays, and at the Saturday and Sunday we work from 10 to 5. So why we did it like that? Because we analyzed that more people would like to come after 6 o'clock, because after their job finish, and this is more valuable for them. Social media, we are #1 in Azerbaijan, not in the private sector, not in the public, also private sector. 422,000 followers we have, and we answer to every single comment made on the Facebook. And 100,000 people are talking on a daily basis about Asan, and 50% are active users of the Facebook in Azerbaijan, are our followers, and the first place. So every day, 3 times in a week, we share some news, some acknowledgement, educational stuff on our Facebook. 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening time. So we are analyzing each comment and each topic, how statistically it gets like the attention of the people. And we do surveys online, and we do surveys with our volunteers, and we have Facebook, as I told. So our rating for customer satisfaction is 98%, and we are looking for this 2%. Who are they? Complain about us. And every week on Monday, the board of agency meets and discuss the complaints of people. Why they did this complaint? If it is right, we have to change the business process. We also got ISO standards for management, quality management, occupational health and safety, and we got British Safety Council Award for 2015 winner. And in 2015, we received UN Award for Public Service Delivery, first place in the world in that category, improving the delivery of public services. That's why I say in 3 years, we have ambition to be #1. I know it is a good challenge. I always tell to my counterpart countries that let's compete to see. Evolution of Asan. When we started, it was only about one-stop shop of government services. Then businesses wanted to be with us because people coming and getting the services, they wanted to provide additional complementary services. Then hub of service, public and private sector under one roof. I call it public service mall. There is no difference than shopping mall, so you can get all the services in one place. Now we create Asan life concept. What does Asan concept, life concept means? We bring, when we built the one center, we also, besides of this building, we built cinema in the region. We built art center. We built bank, then cafe, and some other. It becomes a area where people come and get all the services. Even for the future, we are going to build a hotel for that region. So all these services, types of services can be rendered in the center. And the second one, Asan Life, infrastructure and service together. So Life Abad, it's another concept, art center, we have educational center, bank branch, and shop, cafe, and cinema. This is Abad, aile business Asan destek in Azerbaijan. It means Asan support for family businesses. So we created this value chain. We find families, we help them with equipment, we give them brand, we help them to get certification, we help them for logistics, for sale, and after-sale service. All this done by agency, Asan. And this Abad, one of the Abad member, you can go to the website of abad.gov.az, you can get all these products. We work on the model, like the concept. Now we are exporting this concept to Morocco, to some other countries that are interested. So Life, Asan Life in pictures. This is the latest one. Okay, inside, it looks like the shopping mall. Yeah? 4 floors and the cinema it has and art center. Okay. Recent projects, e-Gov Development Center that I am managing now, it has several projects. One of them is Asan Visa. We started in 2017 to provide us visas. So far we issued 470,000 visas. And I might say that Azerbaijani tourism became very active on these days because of the visas. And 16th of May, 15th of May, we launched visa terminals, self-service at the airport that people can get there. No need, you know that getting visa to some countries, mainly Schengen zone, it's very difficult. You have to collect a lot of documents, you have to pay. If you are married, you have to show your marriage certificate. If you have a child, you have to show your birth certificate of your child. You have to translate and notarial sealed. Bank statements, you know, like a lot of collection. If you do that in 6 months several times, every time you have to get it. So what we said no wait, presence, no need for waiting. No need to be physically present, no need for hard copies, no need to wait. We don't require any kind of hotel reservation. We don't require any kind of flight tickets. We just need you to come to Azerbaijan. Only the first copy of your, first page of your passport with a picture, that's it. In 3 minutes you can get your visa ready. Apply. We have number three steps. First it was 3 days, now 3 hours and 3 minutes. Okay, and this is our new terminals at the airports, and we have 50 employees helping people on 3 different shifts in order to get the visa online. They can pay with post terminals, they can pay in the bank branch. Next step is Asan Visa 2. What's Asan Visa 2? Now we want Azerbaijani people to travel to other countries using government infrastructure. How it's going to happen? Let's say someone wants to come to Estonia, Azerbaijani citizen. They go to the e-Gov portal, say, I want to go to Estonia, that's it. As a government, we will provide all information about that person to the embassy. It's extra, kind of. And even we want to give the service, like that person can give his or her passport at our center to us. We will send it to the embassy. They will give visa if they want. If they don't want, they will reject. And we will deliver that passport to the address. This is a new concept, Asan Visa 2. We made the life of foreigners easier. Now we want to make our citizens' life easier. We have radio, as I said, and we outsource some services. We give trainings for different ministries, and we have call center. We also give consultancy and front desk. Now, bank sector, insurance, they get service trainings from Asan. Okay, now it's a new era for public service delivery. As I said to you, now the concept is like that. All ministries, an Asan platform, and citizens get that service. Now we are applying that system in online, how we are going to do it. We have Asan Index. We started 2015 with the Academy of Diplomatic Academy in Azerbaijan, with university, to work on some index. Like hotel star management system, we do it for public services. What should public service have? In this 7 criteria, it should have, all ministers should have information about the service online. It must be accessible, time requirement, not 10 days, 15 days, must be 1 hour, maximum 1 day. And we all the time change our KPIs, level of information system, training level of service, control, and so citizens evaluate that service, we evaluate, and ministers themselves evaluate that service. Then we have a 5-star public service, 4-star public service, and 3-star public service. If it's 3 stars, they have a room for development. What they have to do, we tell them. And based on these criteria, we created public service portal. So in Azerbaijan, we have at the moment 130 ministries and other public government entities integrated to that system, 757 public service physical, like not electronic, but in generally in the country, 757 public service are available by different state bodies, and 324 out of these 700 are electronic, but I don't call electronic because we have to change. Why? Because as you know, every time when technology changed, the public service changed. In 1998, first Azerbaijani electronic service was something like that, to receive, for example, citizens' complaint. It's a kind of mail. Then it was a kind of, once you received, the second process to give information that I received. It's a kind of one service divided into several business processes, and all of them are called electronic service. Now we are going to merge them. And our approach is G1, G2, and G3. G1 is Asan Center, you provide physically. G2 is electronic version, and G3 is a government, M-government concept. So without G1, without simple business processes, it's very difficult to go to G2. So now we went back to Asan, and now we are coming to government, e-government. And e-Gov is going to be like that. All ministries, they have the information system and the government infrastructure, and all people, government and citizens will use this system to provide the service. Asan is going to be laboratory for public service. New service will come, we will simplify, make it electronic, and it will go to the government. A new decree by the president created, now we are going to do it, development of new e-Gov model, proactive government model, and we have to formulate single standards for establishment information systems, because all ministries, they have different approach of creating information systems. Different databases, different platforms, different securities. So we are prepared standard and single standard for information system. Identification of public data catalog, what does it mean? From the birth to the death, what kind of information can be generated, and which ministry must be the owner of that information. And everyone should take from the source, because when it's changed, everyone will take from that. And some others. Let's collaborate in any of that. We are ready to share our experience and to learn from you. Thank you very much. If you have any question, I am still here today and tomorrow. We can discuss more in details. Thank you.
Thank you.